Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Rise of Mordor battle for you today, and the Dwarves of Erebor have entered the halls of Moria. They battled through the fields of Azanul Bazaar, and they are now here in Zimbar, which is one of the new Moria maps that we have for Rise of Mordor. And as you can see, it is a pretty awesome one. We've got lots of different pillars, which you see in the first Lord of the Rings movie, when the Balrog appears. So it's this kind of gives that Moria aesthetic, and we've got some holes back here with where the mines are and stuff like that. We've got goblins waiting, we've got trolls and stuff like that. It is going to be interesting, that is for sure. If you ever seen the first part of this Moria reclamation scenario, then I would definitely recommend you go checking that out. If you haven't already, checked that out. But if you have, sit back, relax, and prepare for part 2, as we have the dwarves entering Moria and battling with the goblins. And as you can see here, we have dwarven warriors going in here. It looks against some goblin light infantry, and as you expect, the dwarves are going to get through this initial stage really easy. We've got a goblin warband here battling as well with the dwarves. A goblin warband, for its price, pretty crappy. 500. I feel like they should definitely lower this to 100, 200. They're not that great. But we already have a general in there. We have Mandatory Claim is already going in. I presume he's coming in to do some buffs or whatever. But it's giving chance, for these mountain pass scouts. I mean, just get a few shots off, weaken him a little bit, do some damage. We've got Maddox Warriors as well going. It's shock infantry already in. This is kind of surprising. I mean, the goblins need to be focusing this sort of unit down. The shock infantry of the dwarves really powerful. Definitely want to take that out. And as you can see, the dwarves already through with their Mandatory Claimers. Goblin Scrappers here as well going in. I believe this is a 3v3 we have here. So the dwarves, I believe as well, from the last part, are taking on the casualties that they have sustained. So obviously, what units were lost forever, and some units that are really badly damaged as well were also lost. So, and that's going to continue. So as it gets, the dwarves get further and further into Moria, it's going to get harder and harder for them. But I'm really glad that the dwarves, the goblins allow the dwarves through the choke points and didn't just choke points off with pole arms. Makes it a much more interesting scenario. Though obviously that would be much more in favor of the goblins. It just would, no one wants to sit here for an hour and a bit just watching dwarves die against pole arms in a pass. Then you've got goblin light infantry here going in. You've got some goblin scrappers going. This axe infantry is not too bad, but I don't think taking units of one-on-one it's that great. It's good as a little flank unit perhaps. But yeah, as you can see, already men breaking. I think that's the wall. Oh no, the light infantry. Yep, no surprise, they're breaking. This light infantry will not be too far behind. But yeah, what are the goblin reserves looking like? They're looking okay. We've got lots of high chieftains guards. We've got even more scrappers back here. Snaga javelins, actually a very handy unit. Night raiders are back here as well, which is a slightly even better actually. I think, in my opinion, we've got some shock infantry. We've got Mordor Uruks. And obviously we've got some trolls. Not too many yet. I imagine as we get on, there is going to be more and more trolls in this scenario. So yeah, if you're enjoying the scenario, let me know. Leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment, show your support. And if you want to get involved in some of these scenarios, they're always looking for new players to get involved in them. Feel free to join the Discord. The link's down below in the description. And yeah, there is a great Rise of Mordor community being formed up at the moment. Really is awesome. As you can see, these Mandatory Claimers, they're in combat. They're up against Goblin Scrappers, but they are getting focused down by Mountain Pass Scouts. So I mean, they need to be careful. They don't want to just go and lose their general a bit willy-nilly. But yeah, this general, I mean, you should be able to take on loads of these guys. You can see it now, these Erebor Axe Warriors, they're trying to rush by and try and get these scouts. And they may be able to do it. Oh, there is more trolls over here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is actually one of the victory points here. I thought that is a victory point, but yeah, there is so many more goblins than I thought. I thought they were a little bit low, to be honest, but yeah, there is so many more. There is about 11,000 on the map against 6,000 dwarves, so it's actually kind of even in numbers. You can see the dwarves can kind of take on double what the goblins have and not have an issue, but we have to see. Obviously, some mistakes could be made. Trolls could go on an absolute rampage. We just do not know. But yeah, the dwarves getting through this early stage very easily.
An entire unit has perished.
And there you go. It looks like the end of the Goblin resistance has kind of been, in this first hall has been ended. Yeah, the Goblin resistance is over here. They're all done. And it seems like the next line of defense is Goblin Blade Warriors, and it's pole arms as well. We have some pole arms here, Underground Wardens. These guys are now going to be defending this pass over here. This looks like a really nasty defense, to be fair. Look at that armor. That is just, that is horrific. That is a sign of the force of evil in Middle Earth. I mean, like, just like really sharp, jagged armor that just like doesn't match. It's just, yeah, this looks perfect. It really does. Like, they've got the look of the goblins perfect. They really have. I really like the look of them. Like, they look evil, but they also look quite good while looking also evil. You know what? They're going about their business with style. That is for sure. But yeah, we've got plenty of nasty units coming in here. We've got the dwarves kind of like shine in this light in Moria here. Their armor, like silver armored units, they shine so much. We've got Barrack Guard in here as well. We've got like Airborne Spear Guards in. Axe Warriors as well. Yeah, so much coming in. Still more flooding in. We've got 2 Mordors as well. I mean, like, units like this is what they want to be trying to focus and take out, because there are 2 more maps to go. So there'll be 2 more parts of this scenario. So yeah, certainly, if they can take out some key units, they'll be really good. As you can see, a Mansion Claim is 96 out of 100. They are still doing plenty of damage. They've still got plenty of damage to do, I should say. But yeah, they've just gone under 6,000 men now after all. They've lost like 80 guys. That's it. But yeah, they're kind of ready. What are they waiting for? I mean, they got Night Raiders here and more some light scrappers. I mean, these Dwarven Warriors really. I mean, all they need to do is just get 3 units ready, and then just go 1 into that axe unit, 1 into the other axe unit, and then 1 into here into the Goblin Light Infantry. I mean, these are in a dead end anyway. Where are they going to go? To be honest, I mean, 1 like trained Dwarven Warrior could probably take on all of these guys. I mean, they're pretty light. They're pretty terrible. It's just whether they want to try and risk the extra losses. And they've got plenty of archers back here as well. And this is another gateway. I mean, it's a shame this isn't a way in, because I feel like this is what this lacks on this map, is like entry points. Like, you could see matches quite easily on this map, like just end up being at these like 2 or 3 like choke points here, and it's just, I do not envy playing a game like that. I just don't want to be there for that game. I mean, if you're like in a custom game, that might be okay, because you may have like a variety of factions that allow you to unlock this defense. But if you're playing like Dwarves versus Goblins, and you're like say playing against the Goblins, like trying to get through these choke points, you have no chance if like a 2 Mordor was just stood in one of these alleyways here. It'd just be an absolute nightmare. But there you go, Dwarves are engaged. And they're going to go in and take on this. But yeah, this is Barazimbar, if you didn't hear it, like didn't catch the first time. So this is like the next layer. I don't know if this is technically like the one after Azan Nul Bazaar, which is like the outdoor part of Moria. But I'm not entirely sure. But this is like what they've decided is going to be their second layer of Moria, which is cool. I hope that the next layer maybe will be like the actual like walled city one, which is Zagil something or other. Well, I can't remember what it's called, but it begins with 2 Z's. I can remember that, but that's as far. But yeah, Daradel should definitely be the last one, because it's got like the throne room in it, which is kind of like where well, I guess where like Balin would be. I guess it becomes Lord of Moria. But as you can see, Barrack Guard being sent in. I've been seeing a lot of elites early on of the Dwarves. I mean, I guess they have quite an elite army. But even still, it's always a bit of a risk sending these guys in early, that is for sure. Yeah, the Goblin Light Infantry, I mean, they stand no chance against the Dwarven Warriors anyway. I mean, against Barrack Guard are in real trouble. It's a shame, like I said in one of the previous videos, that Goblins can't climb on the walls. That would be very handy. Like, that's kind of one of their things, that they could just climb over defenses. Like, Dwarves can set up a defense. Goblins just climb over it. They don't care. Yeah, I don't even think any of these Barrack Guard have died, yeah. 100 out of 100, they are fine. Goblin Scrappers and Light Goblin Infantry not doing that great either, and they're surrounding this Dwarven Warrior. I mean, they are killing a few Dwarves here and there. There's a few dead Dwarves I can see, but not many. They do take a lot of hits. You can see Airborne Spear Guards being set up, and you can see there are trolls on their way in. These boys going to go in? It looks like they are. They are not stopping. And this is like the right way to use them. You've got to send them in again and then the infantry in after. They did not get a great charge. And, I mean, against spears, I don't know how great they're going to do. Trolls are aren't the greatest against spears. But I feel like if they can beat pikes, they are supposed to be also, like, the modders or the devs have said these guys can beat pikes. They can beat Vanguard and things like that. So they should be able to rip through a spear guard, I feel like. An aerial spear guard. It's a very heavy spear infantry. If they get crossbows up though, the dwarves, then they're in trouble. But yeah, halberds on the way, aerial halberds. Yeah, they are actually beating them. Look at that, aerial spear guards losing decisively as soon as those trolls got in, really in there. Now would be the time. I mean, to well, if they're just going to defend this choke point, that's a bit of a problem, but it's not the end of it. I'm surprised they didn't bring up any crossbows. That would be something what I'd be doing. As you can see, more goblins starting to break. And now the dwarves move even closer to this sort of like open area over here. I feel like this is where the goblins could really do well, because it opens up and it will allow like the goblins to do more flanking. They have like the numbers, or they have numbers, so they can usually just like, they should be able to overwhelm stuff with their numbers. That would be what I would say that their strength is. Moria is winning there easily. I mean, now's the time to send forward some of these axe units. I think try and maybe break through. Looks like the trolls had a major retreat. They went all the way back there, like to the back of this alley back here, and sat ready. So if I was the dwarves, I'd be pushing in now, go for these units. But you can see here, aerial spear guards, the halberds moving up, and we've got aerial axes going in as well. These boys with their big axes, they should chop through these guys relatively easily, I would imagine. We've got Mordor Uruks in here. These are probably the first nasty units that we've seen on the battlefield. Mordor Uruks going in. We'll have to see how the dwarves can deal with these guys. I mean, they're not the greatest of shock infantry, but I mean, it's the flank of these dwarves. They may be a little bit of a problem. More aerial axes are losing a few here and there, but not many. Barrack guard also getting focused down, I imagine, by round past scouts. Yeah, nothing too scary. These Mordor Uruks, yeah, I mean, they're taking a few losses here and there. And if you haven't seen already on the Rise of Mordor Discord, or just generally anywhere on like YouTube or whatever, the dwarves are getting a bit of a reskin by the looks of it, and they're getting like new banners and stuff like that for the Iron Guard units. It's going to be really exciting to see how they go about that. I'm really excited to see like the dwarves get a bit of a rework. I mean, I'm happy with how they look now. I think they look great. But I mean, if they can improve their look, sure, I'm all for it. Halberds down, and now these Mordor Uruks start to just get decimated. They're already down to 130 men. You can see over here the Goblin Line infantry as well, not having the greatest of times. And these aerial axes, even though they're taking about 30 or so losses, they are kind of struggling. If I was those goblins, I'd be firing to the back of these aerial axes now, because they're the ones showing their backs as they fight these Goblin Line infantry. So much goblin blood is going to be spilt in Moria today. I can already sense it. What are the numbers now? 9,000 versus 5,000. That's not so great. As you can see over here, the dwarves have kind of secured their position. It also looks like they're over on this. I've not really been paying attention to this defense over here, but the Goblin Blade Warriors are getting focused down by crossbows right now. This is just a brutal choke point for them. I mean, right now, what you do is you'd fall back, and you kind of like maybe try and sandwich them in. If the dwarves try and push forward, that's what I do. Why stand into the space? If you stand in the gaps, then the crossbows A can't shoot at you. But then if the dwarves push up infantry, you can just try and sandwich it. That'll be what I try and do. But as you can see here, these Goblin Blade Warriors are getting just destroyed. It's really unfortunate. But that's what's happening on that flank. Just keep you up to date on what's happening there. Mordor Uruks are starting to waver now at 77. They are they've started to think they maybe won't break through these halberds. Doubt is starting to grow in their mind. Poor guys. Like, one of them gets stabbed and cut down, and then another one steps forward and he just has the exact same result. Shocking, does not break through pole arms. Yeah, they've not killed many. looking like they're bringing up some crossbows over here. Maybe to use, I don't know. I mean, no halberds over here to stop them once they break through those Uruks. I guess maybe they're worried about the trolls when they get to them. What we got here? We've got Goblin Blade Warriors, got more light infantry, lots of light infantry being used in today's battle. I mean, it's good to see these lower tier units, but I certainly feel like the Goblins need as many high tier units as possible. They are struggling to get through. There you go, another good volley in there. I mean, the arrow axes are taking a fair amount of loss, 78. Nothing too insane. These arrow axes could hold on for a little bit longer yet. It seems over on this side, yeah. I mean, it seems as though the Goblins are just going to stand in their path just a little bit longer. They form a shield wall now by the looks of it. It looks like they'll the crossbows might come forward again, but I mean, look at this. This is a box of death being set up by the Dwarves. They have 3 units of Dwarven Warriors. Just in any case that the Goblins may push forward to try and take out these crossbows, I think there's no doubt that these crossbows are pretty much safe. I don't think the Goblin's going to come forward. The Dwarves are safe. Okay, here we go. A couple of volleys from these boys. Keep shooting away, boys. Kill as many of these dirty Gobbos as you can. It seems like now there's also going to be some Dwarven range travelers come up. Oh, I didn't realize this is a little cheeky passageway here. Look at that. That's been well protected, by the way, by the Goblins. The Goblins got some Blade Warriors up here. Pretty nasty unit. I think that'll be the most elite we would have seen on this flank after like Mordor Uruks have been and gone. And they have got some on that other side, but they've actually technically not gone into combat yet. But yeah, there is it's a pretty big host of troops here. And also you can see the Snargers set up waiting. So as soon as you come through and you engage this Blade Warrior, you get javied by Snargers. So a really good little move they've got going on there. And again, the same here. You got more Goblin Blade Warriors ready, and Hive Chieftains Guards. They are throwing in the elites now into this spot, and more Uruks over here. They got plenty of nasty stuff to come. Lots and lots of nasty stuff. And there's a general here. So is this a Goblin King? No, Hive Chieftains Guard. But yep, seems like now the Dwarves are going to take it a little bit slowly. Start to just do the same thing that they're doing on the other side. Crossbow themselves through these choke points. I mean, it's not a bad idea. These holes kind of set up from the long. And you can see now that the Goblins are starting to take casualties. They're looking behind. They're like, do we have to stand here in the front? And the officers at the back are like, yes, stand your ground. Your lives don't matter. But yes, the crossbows you can see over there, they're doing their bit. Firing their crossbows. I mean, they're not all getting great shots. It's not they are now, maybe. I only killed 4 though. Nothing impressive. Are they now in combat over here? No, these guys just ran out of ammo just at the last minute. These Goblins here, not doing too bad. I feel like they were definitely trying to get these underground wardens, but they've kept them very much intact. And now the Dwarves either have to bring up more crossbows, or they're going to have to make an assault. And to be honest, I just make an assault. They've got the better polearms, the better swords. They should just push through, go for it, in my opinion. Like, I mean, the Goblins are losing their advantage by the second. There's only got 4,000 more men now. It looks like we're about to see... Oh, Manic Warriors, I was going to say, I thought we were about to see that push there by the Manic Warriors. No. Back to crossbow, we go. Crossbowing. They're shooting now. They're shooting at, oh, Goblin Light Infantry. Yeah, but it's not worth shooting at all. Yeah, these poor Goblins here, they're having a rough time.
This is what we waited for.
Their corpses, look at that. I mean, they look awesome. They really do. Beautiful, beautiful unit. But yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward until we get to this, a bit more action. It seems like the Dwarves, like I said, just being a bit patient. But it seems like the Goblins may be about to catch these Dwarves out here. Dwarven range travelers. They're gonna get caught out by some mountain pass scouts, which, to be honest, that'll be a battle of the crap archers. Neither side's really going in well there. I mean, they're training against Levy. They'd actually probably win that with the Goblins. Now they're just getting a shot for their mistake. Well, not even a mistake, really, just for their own good. I mean, these mountain pass scouts are out of ammo. They're worthless now at this point. Yep, seems like every choke point the Dwarves are just like, nah, not interested. I mean, they could just go through this one. This one's undefended. Just go down and go and engage. Throw their entire Dwarven army down there. I don't know if there's a time limit, and like they've got to try and take this point. But yeah, the Dwarves need to get a move on. They can't just sit around. They've got places to be. You've got more conquering the Moria to do, Dwarves. You can't waste time here. This is only the second layer. Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is going to be a tough point. I mean, we've got Mountain Pass Scouts defending this side. I mean, yeah, they've got nasty stuff behind. This is just the initial thing. But then obviously the trolls coming in, they are going to cause all sorts of problems. In they go. They're probably going after the spears again. Or maybe not. They're going to go in after those swords, and they're going to surround them. Maybe we should have taken the spears out. But if they can take this Erebor axe unit out, I mean, that's a small one, I guess. You got to remember that the goblins get all their units replaced. If they, like, the dwarves break through, the goblins get a new fresh full stack. There's like hundreds of thousands of them in theory. The dwarves don't have that. They don't have that luxury. And you see the halberds here, they have gone in a very funny formation. The trolls need to take advantage of that immediately and kill this unit off. On this side as well, I mean, that's not a bad move either. The dwarves blocking off any sort of like help. I mean, they're actually looking both ways. That's really cool. But this unit's like looking that way and it's looking the other way. It's like got its back on. I mean, they're getting surrounded by Uruks, which is why they're like back to back. Looks awesome. Fighting back to back, surrounded by goblins and orcs. What a place to be. Yeah, these halberdiers here. Look at this, losing decisively. They're getting attacked by halberds as well. Not by halberds, sorry, by Uruks. And they're in real trouble. They could be about to lose a halberdier unit, you know, here, and more trolls coming forward. They have lost one in this unit though. That's a bit of a problem. There's more trolls than I thought here. Oh no, this is the same troll unit. Duh. Hope you're just blind. This is just. But yeah, the trolls getting sent back in. I guess set them in against the spears, perhaps. There's a lot of dwarves in here now, and a lot of goblins. Both sides realize that there's chances to be made here. The dwarves can kill off a troll unit, and the goblins realize they can kill off some pretty good spears and halberds here. The trolls need to get to the front. They really need to sort out that mass issue that they have. We've got some barrack guard coming forward, so they're really threatening forward the elites, trying to save these spears. Oh, they might keep them alive. And the barrack guard is going to cut through this light infantry here. They need to send forward these goblin blade warriors, try and slow them down. The trolls need to retreat. They need to get like an actual decent charge. These Mordor Uruks are now losing. They're the ones losing now against the halberds. It's not a good sign. Any sort of element of surprise has been lost. And look at that long, long line of halberds. Poking their way to victory. Yeah, they're now winning decisively. Sad sight. I mean, if the archers can get some good shots in the back line, that'd be great. Over on this side as well, they've also made a massive push, and Javi's going off right into these crossbows. Really good shots. Snaggers are so useful. I actually think they're one of the most useful like missile units for the goblins, because Javis are just so like do so much damage. But yeah, the dwarves are pushing harder on this side as well. And you can see here, I mean, actually, for the first time I'm seeing units win. High Chieftain's Guard winning this fight. Beating these Manic Warriors back. Blade Warriors not doing so great. They're just got to try and kill stuff. They've got to be honest, if the scenario is going correctly, the Dwarves should win at least a couple of these matches. But the Goblins have got to just play well and just weaken the Dwarves. They've got to weaken the Dwarves as much as possible. Do as much damage, and you can see the trolls back. They're back over on this side. I think they're because they think they can have more chances, and they probably can, because you can see here the halberds have helped push their way from that choke point over there. They're no longer in trouble there, and they're now on to well, it looks like they've got some swords here, and they're ready to go. I feel like the goblins could really do with more halberds. They really would help slow down that dwarven defense. They also like be a good way to counter against just any old unit that the dwarves threw at them. Like halberds, apart from against other halberds, they're pretty much set. Apart from archers as well. But yeah, look at these. The Snaggers getting great shots right into the back of this dwarven like force here. Really, really nice. Look at that. Beautiful. And loads of these units losing because of this. They're like taking so much damage. Terrible Axe Warrior units. Look at this. Down to 76. They're probably going to break this crossbow unit, which is a bit stupid, to be honest. Like, if this unit's now lost for the game, that's gone. Like, they could have used that for like another battle. If they just send that to the back of the map and just, or to the back of the army, just gone, yep, you're done. Don't worry about that. you'll get new ammo in the next battle. But for now, just take a back seat. Let the infantry do the job. But no, they sit the minute and got killed. Now there's one less crossbow that the Dwarves have to use in the in future battles if they make it past. This map, obviously they may not. Snarga's using all their jabbies, and now I guess they're going to rush in. But they did a decent amount of damage. I imagine they got like 100 kills. Or close to 100 kills. Snarga's really good. And you can see the Hyper Chieftains here still dueling with stuff. Now they got 2 Wardens in it. Oh boy, the elites really are being sent in. Snarga's going in amongst 2 Wardens. Could they maybe catch them out? I don't know. They're not in their phalanx formation. They maybe could. You never know. Look at them. They look glorious. They really do. These halberds here, they're set up. They're ready to go. Over on this side, you can see here, the Goblins, they tried a little trick to try and catch out these spear guards. It's not really worked. And now they're not really paying the price. I mean, I guess they are. They're paying the ultimate price. They're losing their lives. But, yeah, it's not really worked for them. I mean, I'm sure they've done some damage to the Dwarves. It's just not enough. The Barrack Guard taking some losses, but not enough. And, I mean, this side's over here is going to be a slow grind for the Dwarves. They should eventually break through, you imagine. Let's check out the other side. I imagine the other side's probably starting to engage. No, not at all. Still all quiet on this front. Maybe they just weren't allowed to push until they cleared out this sector here. Or maybe that's just what they felt like they should do. They should clear out this area here and then move on. I don't know. As you can see here, Archer's now firing the flank. I imagine going after these 2 Wardens, but they're also taking out various other things here. You can see the Manic Warriors trying to break through. Two Wardens as well, trying to shuffle around, trying to get some flank moves going on. You can see here they arrive in their golden armor. 2 Wardens like ready to poke away, and this is a high chieftain unit. This is a good unit. They also can challenge those 2 Wardens. You see, they can take a couple of them out, doing a bit of damage. Another Snarga unit up here would do great work right now. I mean, this is looking amazing. This is really good for these archers here. Get a nice little, like, few volleys into these Erebor axes. Really, really good. I mean, that's definitely one of the strengths the Goblins need to use, is to use missiles as much as possible. Pin units down and then fire into the flank like this. They are going to do so much damage to this Erebor axe unit. And probably beat it. These guys are going to lose these High Chieftains, which they probably would anyway. But they are making it easier for the High Chieftains by just shooting them in the flank. Like, look at them. Look at this guy. He's been shot like 6 times. More dying by the second. The blood is getting spilled on this side here. Two Wardens down at 94. They're still doing very well. Still no pushes over here. Seems like they're just still being patient. These halberds are coming out with the silver chevron. I'm not sure how many they did have, but they were at 70 men left. See here, Erebor axes and a few of the barrack guards and stuff like that pushing through. These Goblins may just want to just get in there, because otherwise these units could break. The Trolls trying to do their bit, trying to get into the flank, and they actually are now. They're getting nicely into the flank with these Erebor axes. They could really help turn this fight here. That could be a little bit problematic. And you can see so many more Dwarves now arriving. Oh my gosh. The Trolls arriving is just sent off something for the Dwarves, and they've just gone, yeah, we're just gonna throw in 2 Wardens and all sorts. So yeah, those 2 Wardens, I'm sure, coming straight for the Trolls. And the Trolls, I imagine, will realise and run out of there. Yep, the Trolls are like, yeah, we're getting out of there. They need some more archers or something up here. They need to shoot these 2 Wardens. Have they got any more? Oh, they do. And they have Mordor Oryx as well. And now they're falling for a little bit of a box here to deal with Dwarves. High Chieftains have to hold the line against Barrack Guard. Battle of Elites. And one is just at another level of elite. An allies general's been killed? Oh, damn, he's already, like, yeah, he's in the front line. He's battling with these two Mordors. Was that a great idea? I don't know, but I don't know how much he's got left. But yeah, that's not a good sign. Mountain Troll's down to 8 out of 10. They just charged through the backs of some of their own units. I don't know how great an idea that was. And now just smashing away amongst these spear guards, trying to do their best. I think that they've realized they boxed them in. They've got nowhere to go. These, yeah, starting to waver. I imagine a lot of things are going to start to waver if they've got no general left on the side. That's another Erebor Axe unit that has been lost. That's another loss there. They're taking a few losses now, the Dwarves. They lost a couple of units. At least 3 or 4. Which is not much, yeah, but it always helps. Little by little, they can wear these guys down. Wear these Dwarves down. I mean, I'm sure they're going to lose a few more before this battle's over. Then you take out a few things like Erebor Axe warriors and stuff like that. Hopefully as well, like, I know they're taking losses into account. If like a unit's really battered, they'd like go, yeah, that unit needs merging with something else. Or it's just like, you just get, the unit gets redundant because, yeah, just to make it, it's got to be fair. Because the Dwarves could come out with like, I don't think the Dwarves have any units that are entirely annihilated. But they'll come out with like 10 or so men left. That unit can't be replenished. There we go, the barrack guard. Get into business. I mean, they're cutting through High Chieftain's guards like a hot knife through butter right now, it seems. And well, they got still nothing pushing on this side. They're still not interested. This is what halberds does. This is the power halberds for you. Like halberds. I don't know if this is just the halberds or if it's just because like they weren't allowed to push here yet. But like these halberds here, they slow down this attack so quickly. They could have done with a couple more, I feel like, the Goblins. Really could have. And Trolls do the same. Trolls also slow down attacks. So we've got 8 out of 10. They need these archers to focus on the pole arms right now. Get these mountain pass scouts, get them shooting down these tomb wardens. I mean, I think they're shooting the other ones at the moment, which is actually not a bad idea. These ones are being shot in the flank. So, I mean, these ones are, yeah, looking 80 out of 100, still plenty. Too many if you're a root of those goblins. This guy's just killing all sorts. Look at that, he's just killing so many goblins. Murdering them. 2 wardens killed like 3 goblins since we've been watching him. Insane. Hope he doesn't get shot by a random stray arrow now. And we've got Mordor Uruks here that are going to possibly be charging in against them. I mean, I'll be looking at this general right now. This Manchu claim is definitely worth maybe taking out. If they can charge him. Or with the trolls as well. I mean, like, yeah, the trolls have instantly seen that general and just thought, yeah, that's a bit of me. Another troll dead there, though. There's only 4 of them left. 7 of them left, sorry. They are starting to drop. And the general's instantly gone back in. As soon as he saw those trolls running over, he was like, nah, none of that. A few tomb wardens getting surrounded here. This is not a good sign. Not for a halberd unit like them. This brave guy, look at him. Battling on. I will name you Eric. Eric the Dwarf. Survive, Eric. Can he get back to his lines? You know what? He's actually kind of making it. He's here. Look at him. He's still fighting the old good fight. Yeah, he's basically back with his lines. Impressive man. Impressive dwarf, I should say. Yeah, he's very much in his line. Dwarven warriors are pushing forward now. There you go. Eric lives on. 2 wardens and 93 men. The other one's got out there. It's not happy with his losses. I mean, it is exhausted, but I feel like most polearms are just always like exhausted or very tired. It's just to kind of help them move slowly, I think. But he's at 77 men. Yeah, I have a feeling this one will be exhausted. So this one's fresh, so maybe I'm wrong. I'm just talking rubbish. Maybe I'm talking absolute rubbish. I have no idea. I think they just get tired very quickly. I think that's what it is. I think their fatigue is just really, really quick. But the trolls are in over here and they're losing. Oh, jeez. Yeah, they're not having a good time. I think they just ran into a load of pole arms. They're also getting gunned down by crossbows. That's certainly not helping yet. Look at this. Look at this man. Look at this poor old rip. Yeah, they're breaking. I don't know how many kills they got, but I have a feeling not a lot. Not a lot is definitely the right answer. Balance power is certainly shifting in favor of the dwarves. They have 6,000 goblins left against 4,800 dwarves. Here comes this routing troll. Over just, I don't know, he's doing something. And it seems like over here, I don't know what they're waiting for. I mean, the goblins, I have a feeling, are just waiting for the dwarves to push through. But I feel like the dwarves have enough forces here that they could push through and take on these goblins. I mean, there's just, still a lot of levy units here and like trained units, which, I mean, goblin train is just not the same as like dwarf train. But yeah, here we go, another push here by the dwarves. They bring up crossbows. Again, they're going to shoot these underground wardens. Try and do some damage to them. To be honest, I'd be tempted to push these guys really far back and then just let the dwarves attack and then send in the pole arms. That would be what I'd do. As you can see, massive rout over here. The dwarves have broken through into this this hall over here. There's some poor scouts to the left with a bit of ammo, and they're just going to get trapped in there somehow. Trapped in there by dwarves. But that is the end of the defense here by the goblins. And now the dwarves need to push on. And push on to this this greater defense over here. This is like the larger defense by far. And there's some pretty nasty things over here. I mean, there's more trolls. There's more urks. Plenty of high chieftains. Got snags as well. And there's 2 cap points. They obviously need to take both to win this game. But yeah, plenty of snags as well, which I think are going to be very, very useful in this battle. So we will see how this next stage goes. And the trolls actually returned. What a mad guy. He's just here chilling on his own. He's like, yes, I will be sneaky. I mean, if he goes around that corner, he dies, I think, to these ranged travelers. But you never know. You might as well do something. Oh, he's actually kind of very much surrounded by ranged travelers right now. But there you go. We will fast forward until the dwarves really make a move, which it seems like they are not making any interesting moves at the moment. And look at this. Just Dwarven Barrack Guard and Erebor axes over here.
Black Day. Our ally has been routed.
And there you go, yeah, the troll's been routed, sadly. That's him gone. And now is the time of the dwarves to make pushes down into the halls down here. We've got goblin scraps being broken there, it seems. I don't know what they were broken by, maybe just some crossbows. But yeah, now is the time for the dwarves to push down. And the goblins are ready for them. They've got a pretty good setup going on here. Be interesting to see who blinks first. I imagine the goblins will stand their ground. They've got time on their side. I think the dwarves are the ones that've got to move. But who knows? These dwarves are still they're defiant. They refuse to move. They're like, how dare you assume we're going to attack you when we're the ones the attackers? I mean, they do look awesome though. Look at these guys. Beautiful. Here we go. Now I think they're making moves. Crossbows coming down. I mean, it's going to be an awkward setup for the dwarves. They aren't going to be able to really set up their crossbows. And they're going to have to... I would really have thought they'd send down infantry first, and then they bring up the crossbows, and they'd set them up on the slight slope here to fire down on whatever they have. I don't think it's really going to matter. I don't think it's going to matter. I think, looking at balance of power, dwarves aren't that far behind now in numbers. So going off that, the dwarves should be able to just work their way through. They've done a really good job. It's really tough for the goblins, I think, in these halls to try and get around the dwarves. Once you're in a choke point with a dwarven unit, you're probably going to lose unless you've got some serious support there like pole arms or trolls. It's a really, really tough ask. But yeah, here we go. This is probably where they're going to push down the hardest and probably make some moves. I mean, they've only got 30 minutes to do it, though. Apparently so. There's only 30 minutes up to this replay. So either the dwarves are about to lose through time, or they're going to somehow rout all these goblins in 30 minutes, which is kind of hard to believe. I can't see them doing it. Certainly with how slow their prep is at the moment. Yeah, lots of crossbows being set up everywhere, and they've stopped here. They still haven't pushed on the slope. There is stuff waiting for them, but yeah, like, it's not making moves, if you know what I mean. The Snark is hiding as well. But we'll fast forward even more, and we will see whether the Dwarves will make a move. Again, crossbows getting really up in the face of these polearms here, which is, I mean, good to do, I guess. I mean, if the players are going to move forward and try and charge you, yeah, get as close as you can. I mean, the closer you get, the more damage you do in Rise of Mordor when it comes to missiles. Yeah, it seems like there is infantry coming down this side now, but again, it's dribs and drabs, really. Really in dribs and drabs. But yeah, I don't know what they do. Don't know what they're waiting for. Christmas, clearly. Christmas has been and gone, though. I really don't know what these guys are waiting for. A Goblin Christmas. Or a Dwarven Christmas. Maybe the Dwarves are just thinking, we've killed so many goblins now, maybe the goblins will just hand it over to us. Maybe they'll hand over Moria. We've killed like 20,000 goblins. That's rocket numbers to the goblins. They don't care. They've got plenty more where that came from. You've got 2 more halls to take, you foolish dwarves. Get moving. Here we go. Crossbows, spears, the lot coming down. Like I said, I will be impressed if the dwarves can wrap this up as quickly as it assumes that they're going to. I mean, there's a decent amount of levy stuff, but I don't know. There's some pretty handy things down here. I feel like their elites are in the front lines, though. So if they break through that, they've broken through the hard crust and they get into the soft, gooey center. But here we go, crossbows firing away. I mean, I imagine they're going to target things like the trolls, maybe? I would certainly be trying to target the trolls. My crossbows, I get them as close as possible. Reload! Fire! When ready. There were some goblins moving, but I feel like they were just repositioning to make sure they were out of range. But yeah, goblin warriors are, blade warriors are getting hit. Manchu claimers a general again coming down. I think he may be just coming for morale, I don't know. But yep, they're still not really making their decision. This seems like the major area for the push, but they're all coming in shield wall, which, yes, looks cinematically looked amazing. Pace-wise, this is very inefficient, boys. You can be quicker than this. Get moving. No dilly-dallying. You've got goblins to kill. I mean, in this light, this yellow light, they actually look pretty damn nice. Look at that. It's a work of art. These dwarves look amazing. They really do. They are doing damage to these goblin blade warriors. They've killed 9 of them. That's something, I guess. More archers, jeez. They're just going to try and shoot their way to victory? Come on, guys. Dwarves, it's not what your strength is. Your strength is just brute force. But it seems like, yeah, here we go. Goblin scrappers. It seems like the goblins are going to blink first. They're going to send up some scrappers. I'm kind of surprised. I'm really surprised that they're going to, like, be the ones to do it first. I thought they were just going to go fighting this big long line here that they were kind of forming up. It seemed like what was going to happen. Dwarves are pushing forward spears, but not many. Here we go. I mean, this is just not going to happen. Goblin scrap is going in against Erebor axes and shield wall. This is just, yeah, no. I respect the bravery of the goblins, but this is suicide. I do like the dwarves who, like, every time they go to combat, they do sort of get surrounded though. Like, the goblins' formations are so big, they do sort of surround the dwarves. It's very cool. Certainly when they're in the open, not in a choke point so much. The goblins can't really use their strength and numbers there. You can see the dwarves are trying to sneak around. And yep, more dwarves coming down here, battling away. All these dwarves getting hit hard in the back. Look at this. Snarg is just jabbing these spear guards to pieces. So many, so many spear guards getting killed here. Really, really nice. Trying to surround these Night Raiders, which they are. and effectively killing them. But I mean, they are taking so many losses, these spear guards. They may lose this unit. And that would be a big loss. One spear guard unit lost for just like a load of jabbies is a big win there. There you go. I mean, they actually did survive just about. They took so many losses. Now we're going to see assaults on this side. Yep. Goblins and Dwarves not messing around now. They're both sides going in. These Snargs about to try and do the same on this side. Just try and jabby these barrack guard. I think they are. They're not going to get the chance of the crossbows already. They're like, yeah, no. Gun them down, boys. Gun them down. Can the Snargs get off their jabbies quicker, though? And do some damage? Yeah, they're having done. They're getting out. They're smart. But like I said, the Snarg and jabbies, they're some of the more effective units that the Goblins have available. That is for sure. The Blade Warriors holding the line. I mean, they're not really a match to the Dwarves, their main infantry, but like the Axe Warriors. But they do their best. They certainly do their best. Got high chieftains have been sent in. I don't know why they decided to fight them here. I don't know what their plan was. But yeah, it certainly hasn't worked. Snarg is again trying to jabby into the side. Looks like they're trying to jabby in some of these Erebor Axe Warriors. Try and break some units, which is what they have to try and do. They can't win the battle. They just got to try and break as many of these units as possible. And just get the Dwarves damaged for the next match. Still so many. It's a depleted unit, but it's got 125 men in it. It's kind of surprising. It's just. It's not what you imagine in a depleted unit. And trolls need to be careful. They may also need to be sent in soon, though. They're going to go straight to a forest of crossbow bolts because that is all that there is. It's just crossbows waiting on that hill back there. So many. And other archers. They're just, yeah, ready to just focus those trolls down, do as much damage as possible. They just need to send them in, get them doing some damage at some point. The general here, I mean, could they send in the Snargers? Yeah, perfect timing. Those trolls went in the perfect time when that Goblin unit broke, and now the Barrack Guard are going to have to duel with these trolls, and I don't know if they will be able to win that. I mean, they probably can, because I imagine these trolls are going to get focused to hell down by crossbows. So I imagine the Barrack Guard may come out alive, but maybe pretty banged up. Who knows? What are they down at? 23, or maybe not. You know, one of them is not going to get out there alive. That'll be a big win there if they take out that Barrack Guard. I mean, even at 23, I would imagine that's a pretty much dead unit. It's not going to return. Dwarven Warriors here, though. They're into the back lines. You can see here, Snargers could get caught out here. Snargers need to get out there. You need to just do as much damage as possible. I mean, they are running them. You can see it's like almost like horse cav, how they're playing with them. I mean, Snargers are actually kind of quicker than the Dwarven Warriors, but they just need to keep running. They just need to keep running. Can't delay. The trolls are in there and they're doing well. They're doing really well. 2 more ones being sent forward. The trolls don't care. Mordor Uruk's also getting sent in to support the trolls. Really good combo there of shock and trolls. The polearms take their first kill there with the trolls. Causing another major problem. Killing off one anyway. Is Barrack Guard losing? They are. How are you losing to Night Raiders? I'm not sure. But they are. I mean, the Goblins are losing on most fronts at this point, and they've broken through over here. Looks like maybe they just gunned their way through. I think they have. They had a little bit of a fight, but not much. Brought forward their own pole arms, which is the smartest thing to do, but yeah, I mean, they took a fair amount of casualties. Those underground wardens, just I don't feel like they ever got really used effectively. They should have definitely brought more pole arms. So you think of that first like hall that the dwarves fought for, they definitely could have used with some more pole arms there with the goblins, but ah well. The trolls, they've all been killed off. Looking at that line of dead trolls, I can't see any more. So that's a shame.
Run from the enemy. This is shameful.
Beauregard now no longer losing on this side. Oh no, there are a few trolls still alive. 4 over here. But obviously now with this flank now open, the trolls can just spill in infantry. I don't know why they're even holding back infantry. Just spill it all in. Get in there. Do some damage. And in they come. The trolls going to try and somehow take on these 2 Moderns. I mean, a fresh unit maybe, yeah. They could take them all on. But I don't know about 4 of them left. Trolls are supposed to be anti-polearm, anti-pike. So, I mean, they should do okay. But, yeah, they are dying. Doing some damage, though. Taking a few with them. Breaking. That's not a good sign. And they're fully broken. They're not just routing. They are fully broken. They're shattered. Gone. Kaput. I mean, they've broken a Mattock Quarry there. That's another small win. Erebor Axe has been broken here in Dwarven Warriors. Again, more victories there for the Goblins. Looking forward to the next battle. Yeah, I mean, the Dwarves are cleaning up on that side. You can see a general and a load of spears and axes breaking through, and they're also surrounding units down here. I don't know what's down here, but, like, yeah, Mountain Pass scouts breaking it up. 222 men. Not a good sign. And it seems as though there's only 1 Goblin army left. It's the this general here alive. He is actually winning in this fight here against Dwarven Barrack Guard and also ranged travelers. He's getting support from archers and javies. So he's actually doing okay. But it's not going to be long till his army starts to break. You can see army losses starting to take effect. And what the Goblins got left? Not a lot. I can't even tell. Yeah, Mordor Orcs were wavering. I mean, they have unshattered. Yeah, there's 1,000 against 3,000, which is good signs. I mean, the Dwarves are really depleted now. Mountain Trolls have got 3 left. They've broken. We've got more Dwarven Warriors breaking there. It's always good signs. But yeah, the tide of battle has certainly turned against the Goblins. I think it turned against them a little while ago, to be honest. Turned against them a little while ago. Yeah, they've done a good amount of damage, I personally think. I think, like, going into the next battle, like, the Dwarves are going to have to be a little bit more tactical. They've got, what, like, 3,000-4,000 men left? They're down about 2,000 men, which is a big loss for the Dwarves. And then if they lose that again, I don't think they could win. I don't know how many Goblins they're going to, like, give the Goblins in the next battle, but I imagine it's going to be more elite ones. That's for sure. They were down anyway. They had 17,000 last time. They were down to about 10,000 this time. So they're down a considerable amount. But that's because it wasn't 4v3, it's 3v3. As you can see here, breaking Goblins, breaking everything for the Goblins. And there you go, a close defeat for the Goblins. Which is not the end of the world, to be honest. That's not too bad. But yeah, so this one was sent in by Bad Omens. He was actually playing as one of the Dwarves, but it must have been sent in by a Goblin perspective, so that's okay. I think it was sent in by Zerg Boss's perspective. Oh no, by Zarn's perspective. So we'll quickly look at the kills for Zarn's army and for all the Goblins, and then we'll look at the Dwarves. But yeah, we've got 147 kills for these High Chieftain Guards here. Obviously, they're going to do pretty well as a general. None of the other infantry doing extremely well. Mordor Oryx getting 207 kills, though, is pretty damn good. Snarger's getting 91 kills, is pretty good, and those polearms 27 is a bit sad to see. Zerg Boss playing as one of the other Goblin armies, 157 kills with his High Chieftains here. And then his Snarger's getting 74 is the best. And then it must have been, yeah, Duncan with both the troll units. 124 with one and 40 with the other. Definitely not worth, like, what, their kills on this one. Certainly not worth what they are worth. Maybe not even this one either, 124. They're worth 2,000. Definitely not got great kills there for 2,000 points. But yeah, 149 with his Chieftain Guards, not too bad. And again, Snarg is 57, is one of the better ones. 77 with his Blade Warriors. There's okay as well. Then we have Bad Omens playing as one of the Erebor armies. 216 kills with the Mansion Claimers. 615 kills with the Erebor Axes. 502 here with these Magic Warriors. But he's lost most of these Magic Warriors, including a Barrack Guard. Actually, 2 Barrack Guards. He's taken a lot of casualties, actually. Yeah, most of these Dwarven units here probably actually gone. 646 kills with his Barrack Guard. There's 662 with this one. 463 with the Erebor Axe Warriors. Jeez, I mean, these two are lost though as well. 200 kills with the Spear Guards. 317 with the Tomb Wardens, and then like 188 with his crossbows. Then we have Leon playing as another Erebor army, a bit of a smaller one, but yeah, it's probably because it's damaged. And you can see here 404 kills with the Dwarven Warriors, pretty good. 412, very good. 403 with the Mantra Claimers. 176 with the Erebor Axes. None of the Warriors of the Red Mountain taking any action in today's battle. 287 with Barrack Guard. 426 with his Tomb Wardens. And 114 with his crossbows. Then Jackson was the prime, playing as Erebor, the final Erebor army. 353 kills with his Dwarven Warriors. 513 with another one here. 507 with his Erebor Axe Warriors. I mean, a lot of these units are lost though. I mean, these two definitely. Probably this one as well. Probably even this Erebor unit lost. And then, I mean, you got 404 there with another Erebor Axe Warrior. So he's done very well. 487 with his Halberdiers. And yeah, his archer's not doing so great. I mean, he's lost a Traveller as well. That's not so great for looking into the next battle. But there you go, guys. That is today's battle. The second hall of Moria has been taken. The Dwarves will progress on to the third. And I imagine they're going to face a tough fight. I hope to see you guys in that part. And until then, bye for now.